Hey, all you beautiful and gorgeous hockey fans out there in the hockey world. This is Jeff from What the Puck, brought to you by Game On, a sports podcast for everyone. So, tonight I'm going to go through a quick preview of the huge game that's being played tonight between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Islanders. Hope they choke in Game 6. Just because I want to see my boy from upstate New York, Messina area, Zach Bogosian, finally get into his first ever Stanley Cup playoff final. So I'm rooting for the Tampa Bay Lightning. As far as New York Islanders, growing up a Rangers fan, and then also being a Canes fan, we don't like you. We don't like your fans. I can only imagine what it's like just being across the harbor, being an Islanders fan versus a Rangers fan on a day-to-day basis. I'm sure it's just as bad as being a Mets versus Yankees fan. So I'm going to get right into it. Tonight's lineup for Tampa Bay, they're actually looking pretty good, though there's going to be minor setbacks, which may cost them the series, in my point, but we'll get to that here in a minute. So your starting forward lines are going to be Andre Palat at left wing, Anthony Cirelli at center, Nikita Kucherov at right wing. You have Barclay Goodrow at left wing, Yanni Gord at center, Blake Coleman at right wing. For the third line, you have Carter Verhaeghe. Centering that line will be Tyler Johnson, and filling it out for the right wing will be Alex Killorn. As for your fourth and final line, you got Patrick Maroon on the left, you got Cedric Paquette in the center, and you got Luke Schenn finishing out on your right wing. As for the defensive pairings, you got Victor Hedman and Shattenkirk, Mikhail Sergachev and Eric Sinark. And then finish up the third pairing, you got Ryan McDonough and our hometown kid from Messina, Zach Bogosian, finishing out that pairing. So as far as people that are being out, you're looking at Stamkos, or not out, but day-to-day. You have Stamkos, Ruda, and Point. My biggest concern on this is Point's been a clutch player for Tampa. So let's see how they do in Game 6 against the Islanders. As for the Islanders starting lineup, you have line 1, you got Anders Lee, then you got Matthew Barzal, and Jordan Eberle finishing out on the right wing. Line 2, you have Anthony Beauvillier, Brock Nelson, and Josh Bailey finishing out on the right wing. Line 3, you have Matt Martin, Jean-Gabriel Pageau, and Cal Clutterbuck for the finishing out on the right wing. As far as their fourth line, you have Johnny Boychuk, Derek Brassard, and Leo Komarov finishing out that. As for their defensive pairings, you have Adam Pelech and Ryan Pollock, David Toews, and Andy Green. Old man Andy Green, we should say. And then Scott Mayfield and Nick Leddy leading out the final defensive pairing. As for your goaltenders, we all know who's going to be starting in net. It shouldn't be a surprise for Tampa. Vasilevsky, he's doing a hell of a job in net right now. He's been their go-to guy every single game ever since the beginning of these playoffs. Neither one of their backups, Wedgwood or McElhinney, have seen any game time play. So that tells you a lot about the Tampa Bay Lightning faith in Vaz, as well as their backups. I've seen McElhinney play with the Canes 2018-2019 season, and you know what? He is still a clutch backup when needed and called upon. So, not sure if we're going to see him anytime soon, but let's get right back to Vaz. Vaz is 13-5-0 so far in the playoffs, with a 1.88 goals against average and a save percentage of .930. Absolutely amazing. For him, his weak side is definitely going to be his short high or high short side. Which for those that are new to the game, that's his blocker side. He's given up quite a few goals on that end. As far as the Islanders, it could go either way. Varlamov currently 11-6-0 in the playoffs with a 2.17 goals against average and a save percentage of 9.918. Still amazing record for Varlamov, but he has had his struggles, especially in Game 1 against Tampa, where, well, let's just say he went from having a shutout stellar game the game before that to allowing one too many goals in the first period to get pulled real quick, and the Islanders ending up losing 8-2 that first game. But since then, he's been doing his job. Greiss has his moments, so we might be able to see him coming in this series. But it is a Game 6. It's a do or die. So who knows? Varlamov most likely will probably get the start in this one. As for his weak spot, I'm going to go with shots from the slot, aim for 5-hole. I know he gives up a lot of rebounds, so they should be looking for that. As far as key players for the team, for Tampa, right now it's just Kucherov and Hedman. I completely understand that because with no Point, that hurts them. Point was a clutch player. If anybody could step up, I think it'll be Coleman. He's come in quite a few times within the last few games in the last couple series. So if anybody should step up, I feel Coleman should get in that spot. For the Islanders, Eberle, Leddy, Barzell, and Mayfield. All four key players, all good clutch players, especially in overtime. And again, let's talk about overtime because that's where Braden Point came in really handy for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Without him, let's hope the Lightning can go ahead, strike first, strike fast, and get this Game 6 done and over with before the third period, just so we don't go into another overtime. Because as of right now, without Point there, I can't see Tampa pushing this into a win. So, on that note, both teams are two strong teams. But as much as I hate saying it, the Isles could and should take advantage of Tampa's players that are day-to-day right now. And who knows, Point could come back. May even be a game-time decision. But as of right now, the lineup that I gave you for Tampa Bay is the lineup that I've found. And so hopefully Tampa can do it. Until then, see you later tonight if Tampa wins. If not, we'll see you again for Game 7 preview. This is Jeff signing off. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe below. Also, you can find us on Twitter as well as Instagram. And hopefully here in the near future, we will be getting a Facebook page. So, remember, What the Puck? Brought to you by Game On, a sports podcast for everyone.